See, this is the scenario, okay? See, the scenario is like this. A project is having Java application, ETL, Oracle database. So it consists of these components. It has 50 forms and 100 reports. The client has requested a new change. What is that change? Change details are like this. Table A, add new column, and table B, change the data type of one column from varchar 210 to varchar 30. Okay. So if assume that you are the technical lead or you are the project in charge, who is going to give the estimate for this. Okay. That's a scenario. Assuming that you are the in charge to give estimate, can you tell me how much time will it take to incorporate this change?
Adding changes, it will take like 15 to 20 minutes, but after we need to test based upon where exactly we use those tables. But 1 more hour, that's like smoke testing.
Okay. So in total, because client is not bothered about what you're going to do, he is only bothered about these changes should be incorporated and deliver it in the production. So for that, you have to give the estimate. So tell me the time frame.
Including testing also?
Yeah, everything.
But because for deployment, it will take more. The code changes and testing will be like 1 to 1.5 hours, and the deployment will be depending upon the team, how they process like that, 1 day.
Code changes how much time, roughly?
2 hours.
2 hours maximum. Max. And for deployment, how much time?
3 hours, 4 hours.
Any other things you can think of? Don't forget you are the technical lead or project in charge. Okay, you are not at all developer now. You have to wear that hat.
We need to document those changes in PSDD.
Okay, documenting. How much time?
15 minutes.
15 minutes. Okay. That's all? Yeah. This is the final time you are going to give like 2 plus 4, 6 plus 1 hour, 78.
Overall, it will be
1 day.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm asking you this question. Once you roll out these changes, okay, how do you know that which all forms are impacted? We are talking, this is having 50, this total project is having 50 forms and 100 reports. So these two columns are affecting which forms and reports? How do you know? Maybe it is a master table change request. If table A is master table change, how many forms will it affect? How many reports it will affect? Definitely it will be more in number, right?
Yeah.
So in that case, assuming that, assuming it is affect table A, if the first change, table A change is affecting say 10 forms, just for discussion sake, okay, and 20 reports, because I'm telling it's a master table, okay. Table B is affecting not only forms, I have taken only forms and reports. There might be some other procedures and packages, right, which might be used. So procedures and packages, maybe 2 procedures, not much. Functions, maybe 5. And similarly for this also, so roughly in this also like 15 forms. Okay, we won't go higher side. 5 forms, 10 reports, and some 6 procedures. Yeah. So tell me, first of all, to find out, these particular 2 tables are touching these objects, how much time will it take? Assuming each procedure code is having 500 lines of code to 1000 lines of code.
Like 1 hour.
Only 1 hour? Okay.
4 hours.
Okay, 4 hours. Okay. So 4 hours, and for code changes 2 hours you told me. After that, where is the testing here? Testing. See, once you change anything, you have to test everything, right? Even I did not include ETL. If you have ETL also, see ETL I wrote right here. If ETL mappings are also taken, then So
Yeah.
we have to test everything once the coding has been done. Everything we have to test, whichever, even a small change also, in a very critical systems, we test everything. Forms, reports, all these procedures, functions, ETL mappings that load also we check because the new column also we are adding. So from where the data is coming, so source to target and all those things. So testing, how long it will take for testing all these components?
A lot of time.
Okay, 1.5. So 8 plus 4, 12 hours. Okay.
Follows.
Yeah. So 12 plus 4, this is 16 hours. Okay. 16 for this and above one day is there. So plus 8 hours. 8 hours. So roughly it is coming around to 3 working days. 24 hours. So initially how much time you told me? 1 day. What it has turned out to be? 8 hours, it has turned out to be 24 hours. Let me tell you, it will take more than 3 days. It is touching many objects, right? Even testing also will take time. Any one error comes for the procedure. If the procedure is taking half an hour, whatever that input output they have to take. So every time they have to wait half an hour. So like that, even reports also, whether that new column added is coming or not. Code changes, you said 2 hours maximum. See, only you have thought only about backend. Am I correct? Alter table, add column. Only that you thought. What about these reports have to be redesigned to have this new column? Am I correct? So 20 reports, reporting guy has to sit and work. Agree? Same case with forms also. 10 forms we have to accommodate for user to input or whatever it is. We have to take care of this new column to be displayed in this form. So whether whatever data is entered from these forms, whether in the procedures, whether properly it is logic wise processing or not. So all these things definitely it will not take 24 hours. It will take more than that. Why I'm discussing just adding one new column and one data type, definitely it is because by the time it comes to you, maybe in your case this impact analysis everything estimate is maybe in your current scenario, by the time it comes, some technical lead or some architect or whoever it might be, they might be doing all this estimate, it is coming to you. So that is the reason you thought only 2 hours, but actually don't you think it will take more than 24 hours?
Definitely it will take.
Otherwise, okay, if we miss out this whatever the highlighted portion, if we go with this, what will happen? Can you tell me what happens if we won't do impact analysis and not much time for testing and all? What are the implications of that decision? What problems we can expect if we are not going to do this activity? And if we roll out to the production, definitely all these things, data will not be populated, they will get, procedures will be throwing errors, all those things we have to face. Okay. So that is the reason adding one column or changing a data type or changing anything backend level, we have to see all the touch points. We have to bother about all the touch points. Okay. So it's very crucial whenever you're suggesting any designing issue or tuning issue. Just like that, we cannot recommend anything. Like from now onwards, you should start thinking in those lines.
Any modeling, ER modeling or dimensional modeling, or if you take any Java application, there also designing is given more importance. Try to acquire as much of requirements as possible and get the sign off. See, changes are inevitable, I won't deny, but you should treat it as enhancement. It's not like things that you did not do properly and the team suffers. That I always say, keep it in mind, get the requirements properly and get it signed off. So there are some things. I'm not covering any topic, just high level. I'm just what we cover in the okay. Okay, fine. So basically, we try to understand database modeling. Database modeling introduction we cover for both ER modeling and dimension. Why we cover? Even though you are coming for dimension modeling, we cover ER modeling. I will tell you, one ETL guy, he took training for me. The way I asked him,
what made you to learn dimensional modeling? You told some reason, right? That guy told me his experience he told me. He was working as a ETL guy and they had a designing assignment. As usual, was that you learn and you only do the design. This guy and along with another guy, he really struggled learning from YouTube videos and some articles. He took a lot of pain and he did the design. And because once the design is over, we'll present it to all the technical heads and everybody, right? All the business team, everybody will present. So he presented the model to technical director. He said only one thing, okay? This is a warehouse requirement. You have to do a data mart. You have to use a dimensional modeling. Why you did it in third normalization form? He did it in ER model. Entity relationship, third normal. Dimensional model, no normalization. We do data duplication. We prefer data duplication for performance issues because of huge data volumes. Okay? ER model, no data duplication. Perfect third normalization or in between second and third if we have any issues. And that was scrap, 2 months he worked hard. It is scrapped. So always we say that when you get a requirement, because business time will not say this is dimensional modeling, this is ER modeling. Even if we have somebody, we are lucky enough to work with them because we get proper requirements fast. So most of the time BAs, they have only SQL or MS Excel where they do data analysis. So that kind of work they do it, right? So that is their scope of work. So we have to analyze what type of requirement it is. So we cover ER modeling introduction and introduction only. How to differentiate given a requirement. Okay. Because requirements will be given either only or in a WordPad or a PDF like this. So they'll give like this. So we should judge, right, what type of model it is. Then, like modeling, what is the scope in SDLC lifecycle? Each phase, there is a scope, okay? What is the scope? It is not like once design is done, okay, I am bye-bye. So there is a scope in each phase. What is that scope? Okay, how much we can contribute with respect to design perspective. Then obviously dimensional modeling, I have been telling it is for data warehouse. So that data warehouse consists of what parts? Okay, there are so many terminologies, right? ODS we call, data mart we call this is OLTP, we say this is warehouse. So many terms we keep on talking during the meetings and all. So we should be clear enough what exactly on what we are working. Maybe in one project you might be working on only one particular data mart. Because maybe we will cover as part of training many aspects. I always tell maybe, but in one project only one part, just bit of the training only will be utilized. So maybe we'll pull data from ODS and do some data quality checks. So it depends on the type of project. Entire cycle, very rarely people get to work in any project. They should be lucky enough to work on entire cycle. Maybe by the time we join, maybe a part is done and half of data mart we have to create or something like that. Or sometimes they add one more dimension. I know one project, existing one, they just analyzed everything and they just added one dimension to the model, that's all. But it took 6 months, impact analysis, so many dependent systems were there. So they have analyzed everything, what all objects it's going to touch, what are the things which have to change. Because it has to be very careful, right? So some airport project. So what is the difference between OLTP database and warehouse database? Normalization, because many people they come to me as a skill enhancement and in interview whether you will be working on dimensional modeling or ER modeling, normalization is a basic concept for any data modeling. So that is the reason we cover. But in dimensional modeling, we are not going to apply any normalization. Once we complete that, you will be given a case study which you have to work based on your free time. Then okay, these are all concepts. Just learning concept it's not going to be of any use. That you have to convert into a tool. Erwin tool we are going to learn as part of this. What all you can do, what are the tool features. Definitely Erwin tool is very good. It will reduce a lot of our work. Next is design levels. As soon as we get the requirements, straight away we won't jump on the final thing. First we do a conceptual model, then vertical model, then physical model. So what are all these design layers? In that, whatever topic I am telling you, each one it takes like half an hour to more than 1 hour, depending on the topic. Okay, I'm just listing as part of the demo. Okay? coming to the core crux of dimensional model, you have different schema patterns. Star schema, snowflake schema, multi-star. So in which scenario we are going to, which type of, whether we are going to use star or snowflake. With examples we are going to learn. Then next coming to the introduction to dimensions. Dimensions also, there are different types of dimensions. If data is changing very fast, what to do? If data is changing, data in the dimension, if it is changing very slowly, what to do? Like SAD type 1, type 2, type 3. In which scenario we have to go for which type of dimension? Fast changing, garbage dimension, jump dimensions. Only in your project few you will be using facts. There are different types of facts. Additive, semi-additive, non-additive facts, factless facts. In a fact, what are the hierarchies? Suppose, I was telling you one example, right? If you take that hierarchy, time hierarchy, month, week, fortnight, and day level. So that is one hierarchy. Okay. Unless we build this hierarchy into our design, they can't do drill down and drill up all those things. You heard about these terms, right? Drilling down, drilling up. In Excel, PS generally do it. Or OBE reports also they do it. Like once I click on plus, month will be expanded to weeks or fortnights. Once you click on that fortnight, 2 weeks will come. Once you click on that plus on that, day wise it will come. So that we have to build into the design. Then ETL guys will load the data. Then only OBE or Excel add-in can give you the drilling option. That linking has to happen from the beginning itself, base level. Otherwise, we cannot give that particular feature to the end user. Drill up, drill down, all that. Okay. So we learn in that hierarchy. Sometimes it so happens in the data that link will be missing. Okay. Suppose if you take country, state, and city. Okay. But if you take Delhi, it is not a state; it's a central territory, right? So you will not have that regular structure, right? Similarly, in Europe also many countries have cities like that. So that if link is missing, then what to do? That is called RAG hierarchy. How to handle. When the data comes, we analyze that and how to handle that particular data discrepancies. Okay, in 100, you have 90 normal hierarchy following. 10 records, either data won't come or data might be missing. It could be any possibility. Okay? If you miss out, definitely your final figures will not match. If it is not part of the rule, then how to handle it? So those things we have to take care as part of our design. Then grain. How lowest level of detail you want. You want day-wise. If you take website even hourly, even sometimes I've seen people doing it minute level also. E-commerce. Especially if you take e-commerce like Flipkart, Amazon, that's the reason they have huge data. Minute-wise statistics data. But if you take Food World or Reliance Fresh in our India, you will not take every 1 minute, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So as per the business need, even while finalizing granularity, we discuss with BA team also. Finally, if they say that they want, we won't be able to provide it. Okay. Grain. Unnecessarily, if Reliance Fresh, they maintain minute-wise, what is the advantage? No advantage, right? Minute-wise, what do? They are just followed, okay, they can take at least hourly so that they can put happy hours or like something like that. But minute-wise, Reliance Fresh is not required. Amazon definitely, they have, because each minute counts because they are all e-commerce sites. Railways, because which time people are, like Tatkal time, many people will book, so they started giving another page during Tatkal, so something. They can take some actions. Then power engineering, reverse engineering. Like if you have, one is you get requirements like this, and from the scratch you give the table design. Okay? That is called power engineering. Sometimes it so happens existing system will be there. They say that that time we were not having any data on modular architect. So somehow we did it, but now you take that as a base and build upon it. Okay. So in that case, you have to create a design from the existing database. If you have 400, 500 tables, you cannot sit and find out each one and draw in the Erwin, right? It is really time consuming. So Erwin has a feature called reverse engineering, where from the existing database we will generate the diagram. So all those techniques we will learn. Then See, in a bigger projects, not one modeler will be there. More than one. We were 4 data architects per se. 2 on-site, 2 offshore. Okay?
Oh.
So sometimes they used to do it during their daytime, and they used to send us some list of changes to be done during India daytime. So we used to do it and we used to send it back. So in that way we used to make it faster because 4 people working. And there is no client said that they're not going to buy model manager. Model manager means you can do a check-in, check-out, like source code check-in, check-out. Client said he's not going to buy because it's very costly. Model manager is concurrent access it will give you. So in that scenario, that US guy said something and I did it. But how will he ensure whether I really did it or not? It's a diagram, right?
Yes.
If it is source comparison line by line, we can do it in a different way. But this is a diagram, right? It is. Erwin tool gives you a complete compare. Okay, it's a feature where you can compare 2 models.
Okay.
Like he can compare his model and my model so that he can verify whether I have done it or not.
Acha, I understand.
So similarly, like sometimes after rolling out a production, there will be quick fixes where you cannot go through the design team, etc. and all. So sometimes you have to do quick fixes in the production if it is very critical. Directly we do it, DBA will do it in the database.
Okay.
So how will you know the difference, existing design and the production, they are in sync or not? So those things you can use complete compare.
Okay.
Because the one which I am telling, data modeler or a DBA will be doing. Because anybody can learn, because it is something for all these people, developers, DBAs, DBL guys, BAs also they come to me, just to be in page with data modeler. So everybody, they learn this, but the scope of work might be different, like DBA has only physical model role or something.
Yeah.
And okay, model is ready. Code you will execute, you will get error. You compile it, you will get error. But how do you validate a design? You have to validate, right? Because we are going to present in front of so many people, so many teams based on the type of project.
Yeah.
Ensure ourselves that our design is correct. So how do we validate the model? So there are some guidelines. Before you go and you have to be confident. You should be ready with their questions. They say that I want this report, how will I get it? So then we'll be telling, okay, you have to do like this, like this. So how do we validate a model? Okay, that is logical validation. There is physical validation. So we have some standards before we go to them. Or like if you work in any CMM level 5 company, then internal reviews, external reviews, final inspection will be there. This is quality procedures. Okay, so that time they will. Even the senior architect will review it. If anything is such things, they will reject it. We have to fix it and then again go back. That's what I said. Like, let the people be different backgrounds, but we try to cover most of the day-to-day work, how we are going to do in our project. In case studies, as and when we cover one topic, you will be given this. Suppose if we cover dimensions, you will be given, can you please identify dimensions in this? Okay. We will discuss, why you have designed. See, every perspective, like one fruit apple, okay? Apple, many people will draw in many ways, right?
Yes.
Just because that shape or color is different, you won't say that this is not apple. But there is a justification. If you say Shimla cut said raw green will be there. But whatever we see here in Hyderabad, like it's not red color, right? So,
Yes.
So design is also something like that. So why you are designing like this, we should be ready to justify it. Definitely it will become a hard for us. Okay, at least for a few months afterwards anyway we'll forget it.
Yes.
This is how these are the topics, okay? I'm done with my demo. Any questions from your side?